Hi there, grade 8. This is teacher JB, and we are on our second lesson this week, reading skill, analyzing theme. Please turn your literary companion on page 256 to 257 and make sure your materials are ready. The learning objectives are: first, identify the guidelines of analyzing a poem. Second, use a chart to dissect the poem's central theme. Yesterday, we had 3 different poems that talks about the past, the present, and the future. Each poem represents and shows how the stages of life is significant to an individual. Nathaniel Hawthorne, Marge Piercy, and Abu Al-Qasim Al-Shabi are the authors of these 3 poems. The first poem is entitled "Oh, Could I Raise the Darkened Veil?" It talks about how the people in the present would not want to take a peek of what happens in the future, because in the future what they know is that there's poverty and grief, and that would just cloud the present. Doors Opening, Closing on Us is a poem that represents the opportunities and the phases of life in a door, in a room. We have no idea what's inside that door. It could be light into dark or dark into light. But what we have to be aware about is the progress that we have experienced as we go through each doors. The last poem is The Strange Tale by Abu Al-Qasim Al-Shabi, and it talks about 3 elements: the people in the present who are laughing at the people in the past, not knowing that the people in the present would be the past of the future generations, and the future generation is laughing at the people in the present, not knowing that they have the same script at hand. Now let's move on to the lesson proper, analyzing theme. Theme is a central message or insight about life that the writer conveys in a literary work. Often, a poet will not state the theme directly in a poem. Instead, the poet expects readers to interpret the poem and come to their own conclusions about the theme. One way to determine the theme of the poem is to ask yourself questions that help you identify the poet's main message. Then, analyze the theme further by looking closely on how the poet develops this message throughout the poem. Please read the poem, "Oh, Could I Raise the Darkened Veil?" As you read the poem, there is a table that represents the analysis of each message. Question: what might the poet have written this poem? Perhaps he wanted readers to think why it's not wise to see what's the future hold. What is the emotion that the speaker conveys in the poem? The speaker conveys fear and anxiety about the future. What is the theme that is developed in the poem? People shouldn't wish to see their futures because they may not like what they see. And how does the poet develop the theme? The speaker describes poverty, grief, and despair, and uses the words like lonely and gloom to suggest an unhappy future. Let's practice and apply. Analyze theme. We read Doors Opening, Closing on Us, then analyze the poem's theme by completing the chart below. You may have your own answer as you do this practice. Please take time to answer this practice and apply. Here are some possible answers. Number 2. Reread The Strange Tale, then analyze the poem's theme by completing the chart below. We have the same question but different answer. Please take time to answer this exercise. Here are some possible answers. In summary, the theme is the central message or insight about life that the writer conveys in a literary work. And one way to determine the theme of the poem is to ask yourself a question that you might identify the main message. I hope that you learned something today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel of New Vision International School. See you in the next video. Bye-bye!